So at this point, the next process over the next couple of days is to see which of these morons impersonating law enforcement are just kids and cronies of the and partners in crime of the Iran-Contras cartel that assassinated the Kennedys. And like this broad here, this new broad that showed up, she's old. I mean, I'm not saying that in a derogatory manner. I'm saying she's old enough that there's no fucking way she's risking death row unless been invested and been a part of this crime family for a long time. Maybe she's somebody's cousin, she's somebody's sister, she's somebody's niece. I don't know who the fuck she is. But there's no fucking way I'm not going to call the police and add her list to the name. I may have to call on her. I may have to call on somebody else. If Piper shows up, I'll call the police and report her for impersonating the police. Even if she is the police, she's still abusing her fucking access to surveillance. She's conflicted. She doesn't get to investigate herself after having Dragon's people go online, pretend to be me, and get Vermont Medicaid in my name. Let's say my father is equally as corrupt. Let's say that he's been using his recordings of the Kennedys and the people who asked him to assassinate the Kennedys to get away with whatever crimes he's getting away with. His ass can go to prison too. And his brother. And my mother. I don't give a shit. I honored my oath. I just gave y'all a hell of an alibi. It's up to you to use it. If you don't utilize it, that tells me that JAG, the state police, and Hochul's independent investigation have enough evidence on you that they can prove that you're just as guilty as Burl and her relatives and Autumn Caton and her father, and you're just a bunch of gangsters trying to extort each other and fight. Kind of like what's going on with MAGA. Just like the assholes, the Republican assholes going after Dr. Fauci, like they're not equally as guilty. Just like Tucker trying to act like he ain't part of it. I don't know. I don't have access to the surveillance. Absolute power corrupts. So everybody's got about 48 to 72 hours to figure out which side they're going to be on. Are they going to do an inventory and go, shit? I mean, are you going to be like Man on Fire, Denzel Washington, who's miserable because he knows he went and killed a bunch of people only to find out that the military for whom he worked were vile and evil, and he felt horrible about it and felt that he deserved to go to hell for it, and redeemed himself through a little girl that let him know that he wasn't as bad as he thought he was? Are you going to be a Jack Reacher? Or are you going to be a fucking Graham Plattner who tries to sabotage shit? Tries to play both sides against the middle. Wait to see which way the wind blows. Okay, that makes you just as guilty. That soldier, that airman that Air Force guy that just got arrested twice for going against Trump just gave you an alibi too. When after Kennedy was killed, everybody knew that the whole world was run by gangsters. When in Rome, whatever. Plus, they came after me, and then I was accusing everybody of shit. That's not to say you guys weren't guilty of some shit. But what these police don't get to do, and these doctors don't get to do, let's say Dad is a child predator. They don't get to use that to falsify medical records and defraud Medicaid and Medicare. They have to bring him up on a court-martial or civilian arrest. They don't get to sit back and play us against each other while they bilk it. That's what makes me think that he's not. That's not to say he didn't partake of the rapist culture, right? But that's just how it was. I remember Boy George in 1984, when he got his Grammy, it was broadcast from London. He was with Joan Rivers, and he said, Middle America's having a heart attack because I just gave a Grammy to a drag queen. That's exactly what was happening. I'm sitting there cheering Boy George on. My parents are sitting there. They were having a fucking heart attack. Now he's a fucking global icon. And when he gets interviewed now, they show the old interviews where, are you a poofter? Are you this? I mean, he was just treated like shit when he was interviewed back then. He had to have bodyguards to make sure he didn't get killed when he had concerts in Mississippi. That's not the case now. So things have changed. A little, for the culture a little bit. Now they're trying to take it right back to where it was. Only they're using the tech bros to do it. They used Dad to get themselves out of trouble in the Cuban Missile Crisis. Tried to set him up to kill Marilyn Monroe. Then sent people to molest me and blame him for it. All proven by this broad sitting over here molesting. The bitch is stalking. That's rape. I'm a child sex trafficking victim of her criminal enterprise. So when she's sitting here stalking me, that's rape. She's also impersonating a police officer, a police undercover. And she's working with somebody at the department and or Napoli to abuse their surveillance capabilities. There's more than one crime going on. I can choose what to report and what to leave out and just let them figure it out because it's inevitable discovery. Plus, they already know any fucking way. And she's proven my point. She's proven every fucking thing I've been saying. The only difference between her and Piper is when Piper got in my face herself, oh, you were the victim of child pornography and your parents trafficked you and your daddy molested you and your mommy's a rapist. She blamed it on my parents, not her fucking Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Epstein, little hillbilly unit there in Arkansas and Missouri. Or herself, for that matter. Her friend Susan Boyce, her boyfriend was a drunk, half her age. She walked with a walker. She was comatose from the Xanax and the methadone that they had her on, nodding off. She looked just like what you see downtown in the park. Only she was well dressed and made up to the nines because she was from a wealthy family. But Piper, because they're part of the drug culture, Piper's got plenty of poor friends that lost everything. I think Piper said her brothers lost everything because of their drug problems. She said, they're not in my, what did she say? She said, I'm not putting them in the will because she basically was going to make sure they didn't get any. She got clean and she got clean. She just didn't get sober. She may be free of chemicals, but she's still the same addict she always was, which is to say narcissistic personality disorder. Which brings me to another thing. The importing of the drugs isn't just for money. It's to keep, what has it created? It's created gangs in all the big urban cities. Oh, and hillbilly gangs like my mother's family, who are happy to kill each other over territory for drug sales. Not to mention getting high on their own supply. So that's the whole fucking country. And then they come in and write the crime bill, built Biden and Thurman, and Clinton signed it into law, that calls them all super predators. Then you got the doctors calling them addicts and super predators, and oh, they're antisocial personality disorder to make it look like they cannot be reformed or rehabilitated, to give police probable cause to just shoot them dead in the street. So it attacks all of our credibility. So when the people rise up, oh, they're just a bunch of addicts. Now what are they doing? Now we figured out about their fucking lies and all that shit. Now they're calling us anti-Semites and calling domestic socialists, democratic socialist terrorists. It's Joe Biden crime bill 2.0. Or 3.0, or so we got the Homeland Security fucking, what's it called, Patriot Act. It's all the same thing. It's all to justify their abuse of power and keep us pitted against each other and keeping us accusing each other, yada, 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 yada. So the drug is a bioweapon that serves a whole bunch of different